How you doing? This is Steven with Merck Farms Hunting, and I'm about right on pace for the weekly update. This is November 14th. Again, pretty active week as far as some new properties, updated some new ones, and definitely an active week with one of my core seasons in Kentucky Rifle. Been able to get out and hunt a little bit myself. Took my kids hunting a little bit. That's always fun. Haven't really had any success yet, but nonetheless, it's always a good time being out in the woods. Hopefully, get to go a little bit more. Now that it is kind of my core season, like it is every year, and I make a post on it just to try to discourage everybody from doing these things that I've become aware of over the years. But with the rifle season in, everybody and their brother in Indiana starting this weekend, I've already been dealing with those. Trying to get location information, no intent on leasing, trying to, just find out where vacant land is and go hunt it. And while the processes are in place, the membership, so I get that information, the driver's license, so I get that information. And of course, like I said, also been having many people do the NDAs because it's just insane really what people are doing and will do on vacant land if it's not really controlled and the information isn't controlled. I just sometimes it just it quite is shocking. Just some of the things going on right now. I had a guy who bounced a $4,000 check on me last year and still paraded out hunting for the open gun season. Hit me up again almost a year to the date to try to get something else leased for hunting. Of course, I declined that. I'm okay. I said, if you want to maybe lease something in the spring so that I know the money's good, but it's absolutely insane and really criminal to be floating checks. I haven't really prosecuted anyone yet for that. No, hasn't really happened. And it just comes from outfitters, which is kind of funny and shocking at the same time, and which is why I'm really down to really not, doing anything. I think I've only got one or two tracks total that have even been with an outfitter right now because it's just it's just kind of hard to find ones that follow through all the way. So it's definitely a select group. But yeah, that's kind of wild. Similar thing that happens this time of year, Sunday night after opening rifle season, somebody's texting me that all their stands are gone. And now these were stands that were already on the property and they knew they were on the property and they knew that there's somebody else's stands and, had kind of coordinated after hunting season, maybe get them or whatnot. But, and again, this is all what has been told to me. I don't have any knowledge of anything being on the property before now or any other time, but I did enjoy that, sending me those types of complaints. And it's kind of common and typical. It's similar to a smash and grab this time of year where you get people who probably have already tagged out. Like I said, this Sunday night at like 10:30, and asked these people like, well, are you going to come up and hunt rifle? And they were like, oh, well, there's nothing for us to hunt there, so we're not going to come up there. And I'm like, a climber, it's kind of a ridgy property, can't, there's all kinds of ways to do it. And but no, not going to. And unfortunately, like I said, maybe I don't know, but the big thing is I don't know the ins and outs. I just know that sometimes this time of year, people do start tagging out on their rifle, and then magically there's wannabe complaints of the property or trespassing or neighbors or maybe something like this. And last year I did have a group outright harass a landowner. I'm talking about harass a landowner in December, after December muzzle loader season. Start trying to harass this landowner for basically a refund for all kinds of things that they weren't willing to go to the game warden about, police about, nothing of alleged behavior going on out there, which again is probably bogus and BS. So, something like that is probably another, I say, similar to smash and grab. You tag a deer out and then start going about trying to find ways to get your money back because you didn't have the money, or you're just kind of a person that's bad in nature and trying to do something underhanded like that. So that, these are things that go on. And again, brings me back to, I had somebody debating me on the whole membership fee. Honestly, this is kind of where it comes in. You can find your own land and put up with your own stuff and be on your own search. This is the membership fee is partly to follow what I do and what I'm out doing and trying to generate, but also the membership fee is just to put up with this type of stuff. I mean, there's not a profit margin on a lease because I don't daggum release, I don't sublease. So there's not a profit margin on a hunting lease that I could even have to kind of put up with some of these general outright fraudulent or unethical things that go on, really to put up with, honestly, to just keep a little bit of sane and keep on the search and to make it somewhat profitable, to even take those calls and texts, which are not any type of thing that really has to do with me or the landowner. These are just things that are unproven ghost chases and in general, potential harassment. So, and that doesn't happen a ton, but it happens enough to where, honestly, that's why it gets more expensive. That's when my website gets more expensive, and that's why land gets more expensive. Is you even deal with a few cases like that, bounce checks, people hunting for months, hunt lookers, just trying to get information, showing up, hunting a property, smash and grab type stuff of trying to tag out and then sublease and release, and undercover outfit and a whole host of other things. And it's definitely I'm definitely happy to have the membership in place to give you an annual access of what I'm doing, and also just to kind of get just a little bit of money to put up with all of these things that do go on from time to time to keep the ball moving forward. So that being said, next week rifle season will be mostly over, kind of transition into the hunting leases. It's really kind of the time of year where several of these are going to convert over to the end of 2025 as far as the lease term goes. Some of those are on the website right now. There's about, I think, 3 to 5 that are already extended. There are probably about 5 or 6 more that the end of next week are probably going to already start extending through the end of 2025. So, there's a lot of good value for those that are already wanting to get in on a place. Also, most people still pay all year to hunt these weeks that are in right now. Kentucky Rifle's in. Indiana Rifle is coming up. Ohio Gun is still several weeks off. So, people kind of looking for deals. Like I say, people pay all year to hunt these weeks anyway that are still going on. The prices are pretty stable. And if anything, some of them, especially next week, are going to tick up and start extending in time. All right, so let's take a weekly look at one that this is a little bit unusual as far as at this moment, it's not on the website, but it's going to be on the website maybe later today or tomorrow. And that is an Ohio County, Kentucky property I really love. It's also got a video that you'll be able to watch on there as well. The final lines is part of a bigger property with a little bit of unused space. So I'm thinking it's probably going to be about 200 usable acres, maybe down around 130 to 150. Don't know yet it'll be on there, but outstanding property. Again, one of the ones that I wish that if I had the time or didn't just see property all the time, I would lease, or if it was a little closer. But it's awesome. You can see the video. It's got crops. It's got woods on it. It's got CRP, kind of reclamation land stuff. It's got ponds. It's got creeks. It's gated, so that's awesome. Should be super secure property, very, very well looked after. So that's always good. It's going to be in the lucky or manageable category. depending on size, because I know a lot about the hunting in that area. There's a lot of land that is not hunted, and there's a lot of land that, I know a good bit about what's going on with the hunting in the area. So it'll be right in that lucky or manageable type area. As far as tract rating goes, the ponds good size, 3 or 4, should be plenty of waterfowl opportunities, a little bit of fishing while you're there. It's truly more like an estate type lease, I say, where you just really, it's a spread. I mean, it's a nice spread, so that should be really awesome. The price, as always, I don't mention the price because that changes over the years. Another reason why I like it, the landowner, it's one of my best landowners as far as you're going to have it like you own it. You're expected to help, be there often, kind of help, keep track of things, even though it is gated and whatnot. There's really not much other activity that is really going on out in that area. So that's always great. So you have a lot of use. Again, going back to the gate and security, that's another reason why I like it. It's in a great part of Kentucky, that Ohio, almost close to Muhlenberg type area. So it's a really outstanding area as well as far as deer hunting goes. So there's a lot of different reasons to like that property. I really like it. I wish it was a little closer. Like I said, look for it on the website today or tomorrow. Working out the final size, but somewhere probably 150 to 200 acres. It's going to be outstanding for about 3 hunters, maybe 4. And again, it's going to be one of, in my opinion, one of the top ones that I would want to lease and hunt and be able to come and visit, do cams, maybe fish a little bit in the summer while you're setting up and things like that. So this is Steven. It is November 14th, doing a little weekly update. Full speed ahead with more leases. And again, remember, some are going to extend. Also, if you made it to the end of this video, please take a moment to do the website poll on the trail cam locations, because we are going to be putting the trail cams out to offer live and historical looks on properties that are open, help you go ahead and decide a little bit more on what you would like to possibly lease. All right, Steven, Merck Farms Hunting. If you're interested in any of our hunting leases, make sure to hit us up. Look at the website, familiarize yourself with the processes, the frequently asked page, a frequently asked questions page, the membership page. Also check out that trail cam page now, some of the featured tracks I put out there for free looks. And again, remember, I get complaints this time of year again about that membership. There's a monthly one that's very cheap. You can jump in and look. But for the most part, if you're not kind of willing to jump in on this annual look with me, probably not going to have the money nor be the right constitution to lease a property successfully. All right, this is Steven, Merck Farms Hunting.